we are going to dive into some of the boring businesses in Ghana that you can look into. And this particular video, I'm going to talk about my own business, which is a car wash called Spotless. That's the shirt that I'm wearing here. We're going to dive into it, how you can make reliable income every day, right? It's not going to make you rich, but it's going to sustain you. So let's dive into it. Now, if you guys follow me on this channel, you know that I love boring businesses. However, I do understand that it is not going to make you rich, but it's going to make you rich by scaling, by opening multiple locations. Then you are going to be rich. But it does put food on the table and it will produce reliable income every day. Now, I made a whole video diving into my cement business, how I'm about to start selling cement with my wife. And we're gonna print cash. It's not a lot of money, but it's gonna put food on the table and it's gonna do what? Buy your gas. It's gonna take care of you. Now, if you own your house already, that's essentially all you need to live in Ghana. Something as simple as the map that I did on that one, less than $20,000. If you own your house, you can live okay in Ghana. You can go out twice a week, buy your gas, have food on the table, probably even save a small amount here and there. Right? It's not gonna make you rich, but it's gonna sustain you. Now, in this particular video, we're going to dive into my car wash business. Now, this was a bit capital intensive for me because I went for an existing business that had properties sitting on that property. So it cost me a little bit. I spent $83,000 to buy it and then additional, money to renovate it and all that came with it. Fighting in the court and all that, but now I'm out. Now I want to just give you guys this advice. I know a lot of people move to Ghana and for whatever reason, they don't figure it out and they end up leaving the country due to financial reasons. Now, the first thing you need to do if you want to come here and survive, right, is it's two options, right? Actually, it's three options. Some people have remote jobs and they come here, they are still earning that $80,000, $100,000 a year. Living in Ghana is the smartest thing you can do. If you have that remote job and it will allow you to travel and you want to be wealthy, move from wherever you are, go to a less expensive country, whether that's Ghana, Bali, wherever you are, and you can make a lot of money by saving, just saving, right? If you're a spender, you're not going to be able to spend all of it unless you actually try. So that's the easiest way to actually become a saver and, gain your financial independence. Now, I'm not going to veer off track here. Let's just get back to it. Now, people come here, they didn't build their house. They come in here, they still want to live the same lifestyle. Going to rent a place for $2,000, $3,000. It's a lot of stories. I don't want to mention names. They go broke. Like, what do you expect? You're going to go broke. You're an average person earning $60,000 to $100,000 a year. Wherever you are, you move here with no job, probably have like $50,000 to your name, and you haven't set up any business doing YouTube, and you think you're going to rent a place for $2,000, $3,000, and you're going to survive in Ghana because Ghana is so cheap. No, you're going to fail. You're going to leave. Let's dive into what you could have done to survive in Ghana. Now, what you could have done is we are looking at Spotless, my car wash. Now, this is not the reason why I stayed in Ghana. I stayed in Ghana for a different reason. Now, I found myself in a very tough spot. When I was taken to court and at the same time, I lost all my money in the stock market. But because I built my house and I have reliably set up a residual income that will come in every month, I survived in Ghana. And after surviving, I emerged from 5 different businesses, including this car wash that I just got back, which is now printing money, and we're about to dive into it. The reason why I'm sharing this is because if I don't share, I don't know the amount of car wash owners that will come out publicly to share this with you. People don't like sharing in Ghana, and I'm sharing not to brag. I'm sharing not to put my numbers out. As a matter of fact, the numbers I'm giving you, I'm always going to give you a range. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, right? But it's pretty accurate. So the reason why I'm doing this is to help you know some avenues that you can take to make your transition on the motherland or wherever you want to go. Because I am not selfish. The age of sitting on information and being so tight with it, what do you get out of it? You can help more people. The information I'm sharing is encouraging and it's fulfilling when I hear people say, oh, because of you I did this. It's great. I became who I am because somebody was generous enough to share his knowledge with me. That is why I'm so passionate about sharing my knowledge with you guys. So let's dive into it. Now, I came to Ghana, I spent $83,000 on this land. I found myself in court, I spent unnecessary money that I didn't have to spend, and the $83,000, I didn't have to spend that amount of money. But I didn't want any issues. Do you get that? I wanted to buy the business for somebody who's already operating, living on the land, having a building on the land, because I didn't want to go through what I went through. I went through it anyways. But you're probably not going to do that, right? For example, Shy Hills, where I'm going to open my next location, I bought the land for like about $15,000. But now I'm about to go through with setting it up. I can confidently tell you that with $40,000, you can set up a nice car wash. Depending on the location, you can budget $15,000. You can find a nice roadside land somewhere that people will come and wash the car, and you can set up a nice car wash. $30,000, $25,000, $40,000, depending on how you want to set it up. Now, how much can you expect to make? And that's what we're about to get into it. What do you need to set up a car wash? If you're trying to use Ghana water to wash cars, you're not going to make money. So what we do is we use borehole. Now, if you are blessed enough, you find yourself in a place where the soil content is pretty good. That means the borehole water is, doesn't have a lot of salt in it and all that. You don't have to treat it. But if you do find yourself in areas like I am, where the water is a bit salty, then you might have to treat the water, or you might have to use it alongside the Ghana water, right? You're using it and using the Ghana water to wash it off, right? Which is the method that we're all using. But eventually, I'm going to use the reverse osmosis method to treat my water. Now, this is all money. So let's dive into it. If you dribble a borehole, as of now, we are looking at roughly about, as a matter of fact, let's go back. You are buying land that is like, let's say $15,000, right? I'm not going to give you my numbers because my situation is a bit different. I bought an existing business, and there was a lot of things on there that you might not need. So I'm going to take you to a place where you understand so you can set up your own car wash business. Now, you bought this land for $15,000, as I am doing it at Shy Hills. Fresh land. Now, what do you have to do? If you buy the main road, you have to do some filling because you're probably a little, lower. You have to do some filling with some latrites. Let's allow 30 trips for that. 30 trips, how much are you going to spend on 30 trips? Roughly, you're going to spend about 45,000 Ghana cedis on that. That's less than $2,500 additional on it, 17,500 to fill it up. Now, you have to do some block work, do the ramp for cars to stand on because places are muddy and you have to wash under your cars. Every car wash in Ghana has that because of our terrible roads. Now, doing your research, you have to make sure that there are residents around, or at least big trucks. That's where the money is. Big trucks is where the money is. So all the car washes we print over the weekend. I've been fortunate. Where I am, we have a lot of big trucks, right? Tipper trucks and the rest because it's a developing area. And it's always tipper trucks moving around and all these tankers and all that, right? And they come to my car wash. Each one give me 120 Ghana cedis. If I get 10 or 15 for the weekend, you do the math, right? And that's what I get. If the car wash is big, the bigger the better, right? If you have 2+, that means you can wash more big cars because that's where the money is. If you watch a small car, you watch just the outside, you are probably making about 20 to 25 cedis per car. I can wash about 50 cars, and I just made 1,000 cedis or 1,200 cedis, right? But over the weekend, when you're washing all these cars, right, on the average, I'm washing about 60 cars a day because I'm just starting, and my space is small. I'm washing 60 cars a day, and I have like a few cars in there that's big. It happens. 3 cars that was like 120, or 5 cars or 10 or cars that's 120. That is good money. You are making, my friend, on the average, you are going to make at least 500 cedis. On the top end, you're making 2,000 and some change on the one plot land. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you have a big car wash and it takes in these big trucks, you can make a lot of money. Now, the reason why I love car washes is because it's going to print you money every day. What do I mean by that? Since I started this car wash 2 months ago, there has never been a day where a car did not show up to my car wash. And mind you, we work 7 days out of the week. Though we don't work 24/7, we work in the morning till nighttime. Every day, cars come there and I wash it. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that you are going to make money every day. My friend, you are going to eat. Guaranteed that you are going to eat. It's a lucrative business. Now, it's a reliable business for somebody like me who owns multiple businesses, but the money isn't every day. Me selling land, people are not buying land every day. Like, where did you see that? People are not buying land every day. People are not buying houses every day. People are not building houses every day. However, I'm fortunate enough to have these businesses because it can actually make me rich, and I do get good business. However, one thing I can rely on with the high probability of accuracy is I'm going to wash cars and I'm going to make that 500 Ghana cedis to 2,000 Ghana cedis every day. That is undisputable unless something breaks down. So what are you going to do? You're going to have some money saved up somewhere. So no matter what breaks, you can easily solve it. As long as the money is ready, you can solve it. Whether that's your pressurized car washing machine that broke down, that doesn't happen often, my guys. Or whether that's your borehole that broke down, doesn't happen often. You have to have that money to fix what? Your car wash to get the ball rolling. Now, what do you need to start a car wash? You need a land. That's the most important thing. Then you need to do a little bit feasibility test. That's how bad are the roads. The worse the road, the better. As a matter of fact, I love it in my area. I hate taking the roads because it's terrible, but I love it because people's cars are dirty. And where are they going? Spaless car wash. While everybody's crying about the roads, I'm laughing because I'm like, you guys gonna come to the main road and what? You're gonna come and wash your cars before you leave to go to Accra? Because what? Ghana is not fixing their roads. It's a terrible, terrible thing. If they'll fix it, it will make me tremendously happy. But they're not doing it. And then in the interim, you got to take advantage of that. That is why I love car washes and I want to go big and open multiple locations because it prints money every day with a high probability of accuracy. It's reliable. I can count on it that me, myself, my wife, and my kids, we are what? Going to eat. So if you plan on moving to Ghana, if you plan on moving to Africa, these are some of the businesses that you want under your belt. If you have not set up that residual retirement, whatever it is, income coming every month, reliably that you can touch every month, the money is going to touch your hands, you're going to eat. So you build your house and you set up that income. And this happens to be one of the avenues that you can do that, my friend. That's why I'm sharing this. On top of it, I want to make sure you buy the land and build a house. And if you want to buy the land, look no further but Russian properties. I have land for you at Pram, Afienya, Tor Estate, before Afienya, getting to Apollonia. These are all, reasonable prices, $5,000 or less a plot, right? If you want to buy a house because you don't want to go through the headache, Acadian City, I got plenty of houses for you. Now, because once you have the accommodation, you can then plan on setting up these boring businesses or just one business, then you can come with your main idea, right? The beautiful thing about the car washes, I'm the brand. Rush in properties, Rush, Acadian, I am involved. People know who I am. I have to work constantly to make this money. The car wash, I got the system set up. I got it on my phone. I can see how many cars these guys are washing. As a matter of fact, let me demonstrate that to you guys right now. Let me go live, right? This is my system. What's set up in it? What's set up? I can look at the cars. I can just tune in and I see ching, 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 right? I do not have to be there to make money. Nobody knows who I am. Some people don't know who the owner is. They don't care. As long as the guys are washing your cars nicely, not stealing from you, I'm good to go. Now that is a real business. I could sleep, I could travel, I can go to the States for 2 years and I have the systems in place. I have somebody who manages, I have somebody who pick up the money, and I got a camera to look at it. I set up a cash printing machine. Now that is what I'm trying to share with you guys. It is possible, guys. It's possible to set up a system. It is possible to set up a small business that will make you money every day. And as time goes on, while I'm sharing real estate and land and all that with you guys, I do want to share some of the insights into these small businesses on the ground. I already shared a cement business that you don't have to be a genius, you don't have to be Einstein. It's not rocket science, so we don't appreciate it. But it is stable. I talked about block factory, but I'm about to do one now. It's not going to cost a lot of money. I'm going to share with you guys because people think you need so much money to start things, but most of the time it's not. Some things you do, like the car wash is going to cost you about $30,000, $40,000 to set it up, right? Buying a commercial property is not cheap. And then, the pressures machine, one is like 10,000, 20,000 Ghana cedis there about. Polytanks, you need about 2. By the time you're done, you got to spend about $30,000, $40,000, right? Purchasing in line and setting it up. So that is not cheap. Not everybody has that. But there are other businesses that's pretty damn cheap. Now you can set up and still make a nice, $400, $500, $600 a month. Now that's all you need to eat in Ghana if you're modest and humble. Don't try to act like some of these people that came down here balled out and then they had to run away in a year and a half. Now, I'm not throwing shades here. I just don't want that to be you because I know how fulfilling it is. If you're coming back to your motherland, country and then having the, having to go back. It comes with such a shame, and all that, right? But failure is welcome, but why prepare why not prepare well to avoid all of that? And that's why Rush, I am here to share with you because what, guys, I went through it all and I survived, right? I survived. I went through it, man. I went through brutal times. Now, if my car wash was operating and this would have been another thing, I'm going to eat, right? I'm going to eat. So this is it for you guys. It is imperative to set up some nice small business. That's not going to make you rich, but it's going to print you money every day. It's going to print you $1,000 every month. It's going to print you $1,500 every month. It's going to print you $2,000, $3,000 every month. Now, that's not rich, but if you are making $1,200 every month in Ghana, and you own your house, as a matter of fact, I think you are in a much better position than somebody making $65,000 a year in New York. And we can look at these numbers. If you're making $65,000 a year in New York, you are probably taking home about $40,000, $45,000, depending on whether you are married or not. And when you finish, I used to live in a one-bedroom apartment paying $2,000 a month. When you do the math, how much is left? Not a lot. $24,000 is already gone for the year. Now, you left with half of the money that you got. Now, $20,000 left. What are you going to do? Food is more expensive, and other stuff, healthcare, all that stuff, right? So it is absolutely not a joke. Water, electricity, and all that, yeah? So to move to Ghana and survive is actually much easier if you can build a house instead of something modest. Now, you can have your grand vision and ideas like I do with Rush in Properties and Arcadian Limited. You can have that big vision, but you don't want to leave. So you want that reliable business like Spaless Car Wash. If you've not subscribed yet, kindly do so. Like the video as it helps the algorithm. Comment and let me know what you think. And until next time, my friends, be legendary. Peace.